As the popularity of AI has been increasing this year, the one question that I keep getting is how much does it cost to train my own model? And I think that this is a wonderful question and I have the answer for it. Before we jump in too far, my name is Muso and I run Fabrika. Fabrika is a product design studio that builds software enabled by AI. That means we design and build software for entrepreneurs like you. So, how much does it cost to build an AI model? The simple answer is hundreds of millions of dollars. The cost of training a model is really multiple parts. You need to pay for data, you need to pay for compute, and you need to pay for smart people to put all of those pieces together. And essentially what that creates is a very expensive process that happens over a number of months versus a number of days, and that process is what contributes to the cost as well as the technical difficulty. Training a model is like teaching an infant language and skills over a very short period of time. It is expensive, it's intensive, it requires a lot of resources and a lot of know-how, and these resources and know-hows are in high demand and such specializations that it costs millions of dollars. To give you a good perspective of that, the Chinese models, which are some of the cheapest in terms of training, are cheap because they were trained in millions of dollars versus hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's the big answer. It costs millions of dollars to train your model. And you might be asking, I'm a business, I want a model that is tailored to my solutions. How do I do that if I don't have millions of dollars? And that's a great question. The simple answer is you really don't need to worry about training your model if you have standard business use cases. What I mean by that is, unless your business is a very complicated business, like for example, if you run a particle accelerator, then you probably need a trained model. But if you're running these routine businesses that have predictable, repeatable steps, most of the popular models from Anthropic and OpenAI would be sufficiently capable of handling your use cases. The only thing that you would need to do is to scaffold your model. And scaffolding is a fancy way of saying you need to build a box around your model and tell it to stay within that box and not do anything else. And we recently did this for one of our clients who wanted a specific AI agent to do sales calls for businesses. The way we built that sales agent is we gave it access to different types of models. So we gave it access to models from OpenAI as well as Anthropic, and we gave it specific rules of what it can do with the data and information that it receives, as well as the data and information that it has access to. That way, the model doesn't have to guess. It doesn't have to assume what it does. It doesn't have to assume what information it has access to. It knows everything that it needs to know, and it's able to effectively execute on that one particular task, which is to make sales calls. There's different ways to actually bring in data and train your model on data. On one end, it's training a model, and then on the other end, it's scaffolding an existing model so that it has context about your business. These are drastically different costs, and one is more attainable to small businesses, and scaffolding and using pre-trained models is what we recommend to all of our clients. But if you have a particular use case that would benefit from something in the middle, then we might suggest fine-tuning an existing model. Hope that answers that question. If you're interested in learning more about how we're building AI tools for our clients, feel free to check out our website, heyfabrika.com, and book a call with us today. Thank you, and follow for more.